Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Tink. I hope everybody's having a great night. I just wanted to go ahead and do video number 2 of our Take the Power Back video series. And today's topic is self-care. So, just kind of getting started. Self-care has been a topic that's been popping up literally everywhere for me that I've been in the last couple of days since doing the last video. And so I was like, dang. Probably should do a video about it. So, I found online an article by Chicky Davis, PhD, so Dr. Davis, and co-written by self-care advocate Mr. Brad Krause, and it's called Self-Care, 12 Ways to Better Take Care of Yourself. And, I mean, I touched on it a little bit when we talked about boundaries the other day, and self-care literally is in every part of your recovery journey, if that makes sense. So in order to set healthy boundaries, you have to take care of yourself. In order to build support systems, you have to take care of yourself. In order to maintain the relationships that you have with people, you have to take care of yourself. So self-care is extremely important, and so we're going to do this video about it. So just kind of getting started, why self-care matters? Well, according to Dr. Davis, self-care is important because it reduces stress, improves health, happiness, and resiliency. So not only does it kind of help you like take a break and like de-stress from your everyday life, but it also can help bolster your defenses when it comes to trauma, when it comes to bad days, right? It makes you more resilient because if you are taking care of yourself, then you're less likely to have as bad of symptoms or as bad of a reaction when it comes to having those bad days, because everybody's going to dip every once in a while. It happens. It's life. But being able to like know how to take care of yourself is going to help you kind of get through those bad days. So why do we fail? According to Dr. Davis, we fail in taking care of ourselves because of general busyness, stressful work environments and jobs, home and family obligations, being consumed by technology, and yes, I am talking to all of you that are watching this, and guilt, right? So feeling guilty or shameful about taking care of yourself because you feel like you're being selfish. As I said in the last video, it's not selfish, you're just taking care of you, because if you don't, like, you can't take care of anybody or anything else. It's simple as that. So, just moving into their self-care tips, make sleep part of your routine. So sleep is incredibly important because it affects not only your physical health, but also your mental and emotional health as well. So being able to kind of have like a good sleep hygiene routine is really, really important. Some of us, I know sleep is really, really hard. So I actually am diagnosed with insomnia. So I have a really hard time sleeping, and it's taken a lot of work and a lot of like trial and error to figure out, okay, how do I sleep? But being able to de-stress before bed, getting rid of distractions, and then making sure that you're taken care of and that you're calm, you don't have anything that you need to be stressing over, that's going to be really, really big. So getting rid of the distractions piece, electronics, background noise, light, all those things can affect your sleep. So like for me, I have a really hard time falling asleep without background noise. So I usually turn the dark mode on my phone, and I'll play like Netflix or something that I've heard before, or some like really calming music to kind of just give me that background noise. And if I don't have that available, or I don't feel like being on my phone, which is probably a good thing, I turn on my fan just so I have a little bit of like just white noise going on to kind of keep me from like focusing on my thoughts, because I can focus on that noise instead of focusing on what's going on in my brain and like all the stress that my body's trying to give me. But yeah, so just kind of like figuring those things out, figuring out what works for you, in terms of like background noise, light, etc. But yeah, making sleep a priority when it comes to your routine. Taking care of your gut. Okay, so the food you eat directly affects your physical and your mental health. I don't know how many of you guys have heard this before, but they actually call your gut, like your intestines and stuff, your second brain, because all of the chemicals and hormones and bacteria and stuff that's produced in there actually is it's a lie. So like all the happy chemicals and the stress chemicals and stuff like that, those are produced not only in your head but also in your gut. There's also a lot of really good bacteria that's in there that kind of help regulates everything, keeps you regular, keeps you feeling good. And when you fill your body with like a lot of crap, it can't do that. It can't produce those things. And certain foods and chemicals and beverages and things like that can actually affect your mental health just because you eat them. So make sure that you take care of your gut. Super important. Exercise. Okay, so exercise is important because it not only boosts your mood, but it can also help boost your self-esteem. Because if you look good and you feel like you accomplished something for the day, you're going to feel better about yourself. That's just how it works. It also increases your mental and physical health, reduces stress and anxiety, and makes all those lovely happy chemicals that so many of us want to feel all the time. But exercise can do that. Just make sure that it's like periodic throughout the day. And the stuff that's going to be the best for you is going to be like cardiovascular type exercises. So getting out, walking, running, hiking, biking, whatever it may be, just getting that heart rate up a little bit, and giving yourself those happy chemicals. Like I said though, don't do it right before bed. You won't sleep because your adrenaline's going to be like up there. So just make sure that you're doing it periodically throughout the day, even if you're not going to a gym for like a set 2 hours or however long it is that you guys go. Number 4, eat right. Try that again. Peanut butter makes everything taste better. Okay, so eat right. That's number 4. Enough said. See number 2 for more details. And for those of you who are waiting on cookies from me, please eat in moderation. Okay, so moving on to number 5. This one is huge, and it's probably one of the hardest things on this list. And it is say no to others and yes to yourself. So learning to say no when faced with peer pressure, outside expectations, when they conflict with you being able to take care of you, or when they conflict with your well-being. So I know that that's something that's really, really hard. It's something that I have a really hard time with, myself, is being able to look somebody in the face and be like, no, I can't do that today because today is my day. So no, it's really, really hard. And I just want to let you guys know, like, that doesn't mean that you have to say no to your responsibilities. That doesn't mean you say no to your obligations, because we all have things that we have to do every day and people that we have to take care of. But being able to draw a line, set a little boundary for yourself and be like, no, these 5 minutes are for me. Or like if somebody is like, hey, I want you to come to this party with me, or go do this or do that, and like all the other things, you have to be able to say, hey, no, listen, like, I really got to take care of myself tonight. Sorry, it sounds like a great time, but I can't do it. And that's really, really hard, like really, really hard. But it's super important, guys, to be able to have that boundary, have that limit, and be like, this is me time. Goodbye. Number 7, get outside. So reconnecting with nature, outside, like actually outside. I know that COVID's made it really hard to do a lot of like outside activities, but there are sidewalks, people. Even getting in a car and going for a drive with the windows down. I don't know what the weather's like everywhere else, but in Kansas, it's been pretty dang nice here the last few weeks. Well, the last few days anyway. So just kind of getting outside and reconnecting with nature itself. It is scientifically proven that being outside can actually reduce stress, lower your blood pressure, increase mindfulness, give you better sleep, reduce fatigue, and biggest one of all, it can actually help you overcome your symptoms of depression and burnout. So, that's huge. Like, get outside, get some vitamin D, people. Like, that sunshine is calling your name. So, okay. So, number 6, SelfCare Trips. This one's really hard, especially with COVID going on, because there's not really a lot of places that you can go. And I know for like you parents out there, like trying to plan a weekend away, just ain't it. It ain't happening. But even being able to just kind of like take a break. So how they say it is take a weekend away or give yourself a break to get away from the stress of your normal schedule and obligations. So even if that's just taking like 5 minutes to go take a shower and kind of just like woosah, right? Or like taking a break from work, or taking a break from like chores for 30 minutes and just stepping outside or going to like grab some food or something like that, right? That can still be considered a self-care trip. That can still be considered self-care because you're doing that for your peace of mind, not for anybody else. And so, you know, sometimes just to like step away for a few minutes, that's good enough. Okay. Okay. The next one is pets. Okay, so it is scientifically proven that pets show unconditional love. Love me. Sometimes they show unconditional love, but they also provide companionship, which for a lot of people that are struggling with mental health really need, because sometimes you feel all alone, especially if you live by yourself. Like that's so hard, and it just makes you dive like even deeper into that depression. But it also shows that pets can reduce stress, anxiety, loneliness, and they actually are scientifically proven to lessen PTSD symptoms. So everybody wants to hate on the people with the emotional support animals, but I got my cat, and he might annoy the crap out of me sometimes, but best decision I ever made, like ever. It has changed my life completely since I got him, because now even if I'm by myself, like he's still here with me, and he still needs me, and he still loves me. And when I'm not making videos, he like wants to be all in my face and stuff, but he just hates being on camera. Sorry guys. So get organized. That's number 9. So being able to make lists, plan things, keep track of your appointments, your schedules, your responsibilities, and then keeping your area, like your space, right? Your space tidy and clean and organized and neat. It's really hard. I am a messy person. Like, I am sorry, Mom. The military failed me in making me a tidy person. But coming home to a clean home, or your things like put away where you know where they are, it makes a world of difference, because like I know when my depression hits, like I get bad. Like it looks like a bomb went off in my bedroom. But being able to like, okay, I'm going to take 20 minutes and I'm going to clean, and I'm going to organize everything. And that gives you like one less thing to have anxiety and stress over the next day. Like, where did I put my socks? I don't know. Oh, they're in the drawer where they're supposed to be. Like, it helps a lot. Like, I'm making jokes, but it helps a lot. Number 10, cook your own food. So once again, see number 2 and number 4. Make your food at home, because you're going to spend less money, you're going to have better food, and it's going to be healthier for you as long as you do it the right way. Take care of your tummy, people. That's really all I can say. Number 11, read a self-care book. So being able to constantly learn and grow in self-care while practicing it can actually help your mental health, because you're constantly like taking different things, like adding new tools to your toolbox. And who doesn't need that? You know, like the more you can learn, the more you can figure out what works for you, because not everything is going to work the same for different people. Like that's just how it is. Like we all like different things make us feel good. So being able to like read more and learn more, it's going to help, right? I mean, for those of you that don't like reading, you can just keep watching my videos. But, like, for real though, pick up a book. It couldn't hurt. And number 12 is schedule self-care time. So, everybody gets busy. before I started all this, I was working nonstop. It was crazy. I felt like I never had time to do anything for myself. And that just like made my depression worse. It made my PTSD symptoms worse. It made my anxiety worse because I was like stressing out. And then one day I burnt out and I couldn't do it anymore. And now every single day I schedule at least like 30 minutes of just like me time where I'm like jamming out to my music, or I'm baking, or I'm cooking, or I'm working on stuff for you guys, working on the business, working on getting resources out there and doing videos to help people that see them. And that makes me feel really good to be able to have the opportunity to do all this and to talk to all you guys. So make sure that you schedule that time out, because if you don't, you're not going to do it. Like, simple as that. If you don't schedule out like a certain amount of time at a certain time to do self-care, you're going to find yourself feeling really, really busy, or being like, oh, I'm too tired, I can't, or I'm too busy, like I'll just do it some other time. And if you do that, it's just not going to happen. So having that schedule, having it built into your schedule for the day, that's really important. So that is the 12 tips on self-care by, once again, Dr. Chicky Davis and Mr. Brad Krause. Like I said, I know a lot of this stuff, it's like, well, duh, right? But a lot of it, you know, it's going to be different for every person, like what works for you and what doesn't. So like for me, this is my self-care time, making videos for you people and eating peanut butter. And it's just what it is. But it's a starting point where you guys can take a look and be like, okay, I can do this. I can do one of these things. And then, you know, kind of branch out and see what other things make you feel good, right? That are healthy. So I also have some tips, about self-care. And these are just things that work for me and make me feel better. So skincare and hygiene. I was going to do this mask, while I was talking to you guys, but then I got distracted and I didn't do it. So there's that. But making sure that your skin is taken care of, that it's clean, that you feel fresh, that you feel, you know, good. So like brushing your teeth. I use whitening strips once a week on my teeth. I wash my face like every single night, and then in the morning I moisturize, and like right before I go to bed I moisturize, and I try to do a mask like every like 3 to 5 days. And then I also do like hair masks for my hair to keep it looking nice and healthy and feeling good. So just taking care of yourself, right? Good smells and vibes. So I bought a whole bunch of candles today that are my favorite fall scent. It only comes out around this time of year, and I was super excited about it. So I bought a whole bunch of candles, and they're going to be lit in my house all day tomorrow. So that smells really, really nice. But also like just feeding your senses overall with healthy things. So good tasting stuff, good smelling things like my candles. Also like comfy clothes, like soft things, that like does a lot for me. And then like really good music that like is going to keep you uplifted, make you feel good, not like the sad like breakup playlist, right? You obviously don't want to listen to that. That's not going to be any good for you. But listen to like the good, happy stuff, the things that make you like just feel good inside. Massages and acupuncture are other things that work for me. I know a lot of people have problems with them and don't enjoy them because of certain trauma aspects, but it's worth a shot if you know that you're going to, like, if you feel like you're going to be okay. Try it out. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Like I said, not all of this is for everybody. This is just stuff that helps me out. Be comfortable. So setting a good temperature in your house or your apartment. And then like I said, like wearing comfy clothes. Like I love soft things. I am a texture type person. So I love me some soft, comfy clothes. And then your self-esteem. Look good, feel good, guys. So getting back to eating right, to working out, what you put into your body and what you do with your body is going to help out a lot with your self-esteem. And like for me, I mean, we started a makeup company, and I get to do my makeup every day for you guys, and that just makes me feel really, really good. that I'm able to have the opportunity to do that. And it's all thanks to you guys, for real. But being able to do my makeup, to do my hair, and things like that, that is something that really like boosts my self-esteem, makes me feel better. And the fact that I get to help people in the process makes me feel really good too. So just finding things that help like boost your self-esteem, make you feel better about yourself, that's super important too. So that's all I got on self-care. Like I said, always be looking for things that like will fit your lifestyle and fit what you need, because this is just me. This is just what a doctor came up with in terms of super general like tips to kind of help like give you a baseline of what to start looking at. Once again, if you want to check out the article, they do go in a little bit more like in-depth like descriptions and talking about certain things when it comes to the tips and like why it's important. So once again, that article is Self-Care, 12 Ways to Better Take Care of Yourself by Chicky Davis, PhD, and co-written by self-care advocate Mr. Brad Krause. So if you guys want to Google them, you're absolutely more than welcome to. There's lots of online resources that you can look at in terms of self-care. It doesn't always have to be, glitzy bath bombs and rose petals type stuff, but anything that's going to make you feel good and kind of give you a break to de-stress a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love doing them for you guys. So if you guys have any topics that you want covered or anything that you'd like to talk about, absolutely feel free to message me. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic night, and I will see you again soon.